Hey, collective. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're enjoying your time in the light, making wise decisions in it, and making good use of it. We're going to get into some shadow work guided messages today. So if you're working on shadow work, this is a message for you. If this message resonates, please drop a like, comment, think about subscribing, share maybe if you think about somebody who might hear the message. I don't know what it's going to be yet, really. I got a little bit of a download in the form of some deep meditation and shadow work, and got in touch with me, and I'm a little bit more comfortable put myself out there. Maybe not full face yet. Sorry, ladies, you're just gonna have to wait. Deal with it. Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle will be our guide today. There's a cover. I already did a pre-shuffle. If this message resonates, you could be guided to some cactus amethyst. This is called spirit quartz. This is really good for crown work. It will help you clear those energies that are blocking you from making the decisions that you want to, right? Your Aries Taurus field, the thought, what the light in you is essentially trying to direct you towards. This can help any blockages. It is extremely powerful and it works really well. And as far as I know, it doesn't quite enjoy the company of citrine when you sit with them and you meditate and you focus your energy on these crystals. And you're able to feel them in the same way that you feel your own electromagnetic sphere. You will feel that some of them, when they come into contact with each other, like it's almost like a magnetic repulsion. You can feel it within your aura. It's pretty crazy. However, this is like grade A, super cool stuff. Since I've had it, my life has changed for the better. As well as this, I carry around lilac amethyst. This is a raw state. This is tumbled. From what I understand, raw state is probably your better bet in terms of crystal selection. It's a little harder to safeguard, but it's closer towards its raw natural state. So if you're guided towards it, that may be something for you. Spirit, please come through with our shadow work message. What does the collective need to know at this time for their highest good and harm to none, including your shadow? That's what shadow work is you're learning how to be nice and forgiving towards the darkest parts of you. It's you. We all have one. We've all done some dark things. We've all spent some time in the dark. And it really comes to a point where it's going to get your attention. If you don't focus on it, it's going to come, knock on your door. Hey, you remember me? Well, that's you. And you got to be comfortable walking in the light of day with as dark as you have been. Spirit, at this time, is there any messages coming forward to the collective, to the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle Guide? Top 3. Coming in, we have got fire. We're going to dip into these a little bit, but I'm going to let you look at the cards first. The rattle. Luminous warrior. Well, thank you very much for that, Spirit. More beautiful cards. Thank you to the creators. Let's hop right into the breakdown. Looking at them, it's looking like something is taking place. Something shamanic, something deeply ancestral, something deeply healing. Something that is reinvigorating. It's essentially what shadow work will do for you. It will reinvigorate the soul. That's what you're doing. You're clearing out all those blockages, all those dusty caverns that don't have flow, that you're not allowing your energy to move. Your energy is not your own, and it has a destination. So it's looking to go somewhere and understanding how it flows, the way that it moves, all of those different things and its intended purpose is essentially like spending time with spirit, with God, with understanding, okay, well, this is something. What is this something going to be in the capacity of how I'm going to allow it to move within the currents of my life in whatever capacity that I'm living in? Like, am I being a good friend to people? Okay, well, then how am I supposed to be a good friend to people, you know? So we'll get into it. Fire, the essence. Fire consumes anything that it touches. The flames remind us of the impermanent nature of reality and how situations can quickly transform into beauty or chaos. Fire is passion, and its dancing flames invite us to reach the sky. Warmth and light are heavenly, yet too much heat can scorch us. To fully step into the energy of fire is to be utterly transformed, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. The invitation. Warm your hands and your heart by your inner fire. Let it burn away your hardships. Let it consume your pain and your sorrow. Has life become too rigid, too cold, or too superficial? Light a candle or make a bonfire and toss into the flames everything that has become stiff and painful. Give it all to the fire for rapid transformation. Set your life on fire. The medicine. Are you feeling too fiery? Have you been reactive and short-tempered toward others? This card has come to tell you that all fiery emotions directed at others can backfire at you. It is not a good idea to play with fire when you are out of balance or angry. Now is not the time to act or react. It is time to tame and befriend your inner fire so it does not scorch you. Wow. Powerful, powerful message coming forward with fire. The purpose of shadow work. Fire and energy is creativity, it's life. It has no bounds. So to try to contain it even within yourself, you're going to get burned. It's an energy where you got to move through it. And you can do it willingly and with assistance and with belief and faith, or you can go about it the hard way. And I definitely have a few stories to share with that. And at the end of this read, I'm going to give you one that's probably worth the wait, but I'm going to let the hype marinate a little bit for you. So moving on, the rattle. The rattle. The essence. The rattle is the spirit caller, carrying the shaman's prayer to the four directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future, closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs, when we offer our prayers for the highest good of all. Everything we need is provided for us. The invitation. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you, and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. The medicine. You want to catch God on the whisper, not on the shout. Oh yeah, let that sink in for just a second there. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there, standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. Then again, like that energy, like we were talking about, releasing in those blockages within yourself that we create through trauma. We incur some level of trauma, right? And if we hold on to that, right, we're in essence saying that whatever was going on that was good in my life was more prevalent and deserves more attention and focus for my energy, if not only in development, to be able to say, okay, I need to put everything else aside for right this moment and focus on this. And sometimes you got to do that. I myself have issues. We're all not perfect. The struggle with discernment in these issues, of what's recognizing what's blocking you and what's serving you. You have to take inventory. And what I mean by that is you have to take accountability of your actions. Which decisions are yours? It doesn't mean only taking the burden. It doesn't mean only like focusing on the negative aspect of like, oh, now I got to do something. Well, it's for you, so you got to do it for yourself, and no one's going to do it but you. And it doesn't matter how many people you take your story to. And take it from me, I've cried to a lot of people who I thought could help me. And in essence, I was giving my power away to these people by taking my story to them. And in essence, like I had some level of assistance from those, and I'm grateful for those experiences. But at the end of the day, the issue at heart was my heart. When you don't believe in yourself, you block some of the inner fire, that creative aspect of Leo at the heart center. You've got courage. It's a lion's heart, if we're talking about spirituality and embodying different energy, which is God, source creator. Would you try to stop God? Think about that for a second. Like, realistically speaking, if you've experienced anything remotely supernatural, I mean, even from the smallest little things, even reminiscences of like paranormal activity and things like that, if that don't wake you up and kind of give you an idea of like, hey, I maybe don't want to see this, or I don't want to see this at like all costs, or that is for you, it's it could be for you. It's not for me, I'll tell you that. They can have all that. 32, Luminous Warrior. Before I start there, this card might kind of contradict my previous statement, but in the capacity to which I say that, I mean the negative things, the dark, the self-serving, to the extent of like trying to think that you're better than the world. It's perfectly healthy and natural to compare yourself at times, and it's part of the development of the ego. So if you have ego problems, you can humble yourself, or you can go and get humbled. I mean, it's really that simple. And with whatever you do choose, I hope you choose to engage it with love, because being humbled is an experience that someone would be willing to offer you. I guarantee you, there's plenty of people that'll humble you real quick. It's just a matter of how you want to go about receiving that, with grace, in a learning lesson, and with dignity. Or you can check your ego in and see how that stay is for you. That's what I mean by that. So the supernatural stuff that is in divine grace, I absolutely welcome, adore, cherish, and love all of my experiences in that capacity. And I've seen a lot. I've seen firsthand miracles. I've survived 2 NDEs. And by survived, I mean I was put back in the game twice. And here I am. So if that resonates with you, don't be scared. I'm not here to be a boogeyman. No one else really, I don't think, intends to be. Most of what we see that is dark is trying to protect one's own vulnerability out of fear. And you could spell fear out as many ways as you want to. Face everything and rise. Forget everything and run. What's the last one? It'll come to me if it's important. But the point is in the ego, it's fight or flight. It's not pick one. It's neither. It's your survival chemistry, and you have to acknowledge and respect and think and be like be like coral in a sense, where who you were is at the foundation of who you will now become. You have no choice but to make it the very foundation. If you go through God, He can redeem you through your actions, the very foundation of which that you once had. Like for me, it was a fear of public speaking, fear of being seen. I'm still not totally on camera, so we're working through it, okay? But that has more to do with like things that are outside of my control, and I work through what I can. The main deterrent would probably be the behavior of women in today's society. But the ladies are doing a really good job of checking their sisters in with reality and expertly moving through fantasy and desire. The key difference, not being light or dark, being that one is rooted in reality and is obtainable, and the other is purely a distraction. Okay, Luminous Warrior. The essence. The Luminous Warrior has no enemies in the